Hello, my friends. This is Jim Stockstill bringing you another teaching from the program entitled The Handwriting on the Wall. And the handwriting on the wall wasn't very easy for anybody to interpret. There was only one man in the kingdom that could interpret that, and that was Daniel. But since we have the Holy Spirit, uh, we can interpret. If we are born again, have the Holy Spirit, we can interpret the handwriting on the wall, and we see the times. And I was born for this time, the times and season. That's my gifting. My gifting is a knower. I know what's going on. I don't know why I know it. It's just a gift. That's all it is. Last time we talked about the beast system being in place. It's set up that God has 7 mountains in this world. He has medicine, pharmacology, education, communication, media, politics, warfare. I told you about the 7 mountains briefly, and that Satan has his people in these mountains now. Uh, you know, the United States has gone from being a Christian nation, at least in politics, it's gone to a pagan nation, and the pagans are running it. And for many, many years now, 50, 60, 70 years, they've been trying to get us into a new one world government. The beast system is the new world order. It's written on all our $1 bills, Novus Ordo Seclorum. And it is the new world order. Uh, Satan's got all his people in place. He wants to have his kingdom here on this earth. Uh, Satan has a seed. Jesus told us about the 2 seeds, the tares and the wheat. The tares were the seed of the evil one that came in and planted at night. And Jesus said, just let them grow up together. And at the end, I'll pick up the tares. The tares stand up, turn black, or the wheat bends over, and we'll put them in the tares in bundles and we'll burn them. So that's what's going to happen eventually. And but the beast system is set up. We see that with the takeover during the pandemic, that all the nations of the world were superseded by the World Health Organization, that the Constitution meant nothing. And as George Bush Jr. is quoted as saying, the Constitution of the United States is just a GD piece of paper. That's what he said. That's what he said. And his daddy was a New World Orderist, and Clinton's New World Order. Most of the preceding presidents have been New World Order. So you can't speak what you're on your mind in the media and on social platforms because the narrative's controlled by censorship. So everything is in place for global genocide. I said that. I was calmer when I said this on my last video. I was calmer than I am now because I just starting to see the immensity of what's going on right now. We're attacked. We're attacked by vaccines. We're attacked by chemtrails. We're attacked by poisoning the soil. We're contaminating our food, our water supply, food processing plants burned, chickens slaughtered, beef cattle slaughtered. Our food supply is going to get short. It's going to get short, but God has a way. He will take us through. He has a place for us. When things get dark, we're supposed to rise and shine, for our light has come. Darkness covers the earth. Gross darkness covers the people. If there ever been a time of gross darkness covering the people, it's now. And so it's time for our light to shine. Arise and shine. Your light has come. So that's what we need to do. So today, I'm going to briefly touch on something. This train wreck, these 5 boxcars of I'm going to get my notes out here, of vinyl chloride were spilled in Palestine, East Palestine, Ohio. Palestine, that's what the Mideast was referred to right there around Israel as Palestine for many, many years as Palestine. Isn't that funny? Is that ironic? Is that a coincidence that they picked this place to turn over 5 cars of vinyl chloride? This vinyl chloride is the most toxic chemical known to man. Most toxic chemical known to man. And when it burns, it not only puts off what was it? uh, it burns. It puts off these dioxins. This vinyl chloride is the same thing as Agent Orange. 5 tanker cars of vinyl chloride were spilled in Palestine, Ohio, and then they burned it, which produced dioxins, and the clouds carried it for 1,000 miles in one direction or the other. The birds falling out of the sky is killing them, you know, and they're unbelievable. A week before that, FEMA had controlled what would happen if in Palestine, Ohio, if they had a plan, if they had a train wreck. I can't make this up. I can't make this. This is just like what happened in 9/11. They had a mock drill. A mock drill is what I'm trying to say. A mock drill. 5 tanker cars. It's the same thing as Agent Orange. In other words, you had Super Agent Orange, like a factory, blow up in Ohio. The worst thing you could do is to burn it. FEMA advised the governor of Ohio to burn it. The worst thing he could do, all the governor had to have done, if he wasn't in on it, is to Google what you do with vinyl chloride. You've got to vacuum it up. You got to contain it. You got to block all that ditch all around it, you know, and put in stuff where it can't get to the groundwater. You can't burn it. When you burn it, you create Agent Orange. Agent Orange. I forget what place in the world where a factory of Agent Orange blew up, and there hasn't been one birth in 50 years. This vinyl chloride, when it's burned, produces Agent Orange, and the Agent Orange, it affects the hormonal system in the men and women. It causes premature abortions. You can't get pregnant. It's contaminated that whole area. It's been advised that everyone in East Palestine get out, lose their homes. Their homes will not be resaleable. There's just one attack upon the other attack. You know, we don't get through with one attack, we get another attack. Okay, it causes sterility in the people, abortions. It poisons our immune system. Here we go again. The immune systems, you know, our reproductive systems. Here it goes. Attack on our ability to reproduce is what's happening, and it affects all the systems in our body. And so there are some ways to detox from this, and I'll tell you about that. It has a multi-generational effect. Three generations before it's out of the system, if you never got exposed to it again. This is massive. This is a food supply. Ohio has 75,000 farms that produces food to all the people. Even people in New York are eating the food from Ohio. All over the world, Ohio produces a lot of food. So it's spreading all over the United States. So what you have to do is just Google this vinyl chloride. Dioxins, Super Agent Orange. Monsanto, who produced Agent Orange, discovered it, knew this in the 1950s, yet our government sprayed it in Vietnam upon the Vietnamese people and upon our soldiers. And some of our soldiers came home, had children with birth defects. I know one person that had 2 children with birth defects from the Agent Orange being, and then sometimes the soldiers had ailments and illnesses and cancers and stuff from this Agent Orange. So we're being attacked, you know. Now here's some things that we can do. Here's some things. first of all, East Palestine has to get out of there. And that's hard to do. Where are they going to go? They can't sell their house. They have very little money. They're working class people. Where are they going to go? But they need help. They really need help. So hopefully we can get them help somehow. Okay. Now here's some things that you do. You can, if you keep the skies are being chemtrails all over the United States, aluminum sprayed. It's coming into our water. It's coming into our food. It's on our bodies in the United States. So, we've got to detox our bodies all the time. And here's some foods that will detox your body. You get eat green leafy vegetables. Wash them out wash them real good, and the chlorophyll in the leafy vegetables is very good for you. Green tea is very good to detox you. Black tea is very good to detox you. And there's a lot of different. There's some other foods that can detox you. So I want to make a little difference by spreading the word of what's happening. God wouldn't told us to rise and shine for our lights come during the darkest time of history unless we weren't supposed to. He's going to protect us. He's going to take us through this. 1,000 is going to fall at our right hand, 10,000 at our left hand. We're going to walk through the fire and not be burned. We're going to walk through the flood and not be overflowed. We're not going to be afraid of the arrow that flies by night or the pestilence that walks at noonday, because we're covered by the Holy Spirit. All power and all authority has been given to us. And we are here for a time such as this. We have been equipped. We have power. We have authority. We can change things. We can change. But the first thing is to wake up and know where we're at. I want you to wake up and know where we're at in this dispensation. When Jesus was on earth, after he died and was resurrected, Peter said, "This is the end times." He quoted, Joel says, "In the last days, I'll pour out my spirit upon." That's what Peter's first preaching was about. The end times. He said it was the end times. Well, Peter went on to say in 2 Peter, 1,000 years is to the Lord as a day, and a day is 1,000 years. So the end times probably going to be 3 days, because Jesus rose on 3 days. But who knows? Who knows? We've been here 2 days according to that definition. Now we've been here. We're on the third day. The third day is when Jesus rose from the dead. 3 days and nights in death, and then he rose from the dead. The first begotten of the Father. The first begotten of the Father, and we begotten sons too. We're kings and priests. We have more authority. Our authority is going to be tested now by our faith, because we're being shot at. We're being picked off, and we've been being picked off. It's not 1 week goes by that something terrible doesn't happen, and it's obvious. Satan announces his plan before he does it. But we're going to win, and we're not to back down. We're not to back off. We make a difference. Let me tell you a little story before I leave. This little boy is out on the ocean. He's in the sand, and he was picking up these starfish. There was thousands of them washed up on shore, and he was throwing them back in. One at a time. He'd pick one up and throw it back in the water. One at a time, he'd pick one up. And this older man came up to him and said, "Son, do you think that you can really make a difference doing that?" And the boy looked at the man and he says, "Well, it made a difference with that starfish." Yeah. Well, I'm not making as big a difference as Jonathan Cahn or some of these great men of God that God's anointed so powerfully, but I'm making a little difference, and you can make a little difference. together we make a difference. Even if we just throw one starfish back, or we have one person turn to the Lord because of the truth of what's going on. So until next time, this is James Stockstill saying, I want you to keep looking for the handwriting on the wall. Thank you.